go into a situation expecting someone to play you. How then does the artist, for example, protect himself even?
Well, I can't be played. A person trying to play me plays themselves.
Like, puts it out and it's all falling everywhere. If she wants to create some scene or whatever and have her authority.
I think that's dramatic.
Months, 4 months, 3 months.
Thank you, Poppy. Thank you so much.
Higgins and Berkowitz in the garage with the car.
If you have receipts, put them up.
Guess what you're going to do? Run me my ketchup.
Could someone provide me with that 143 page today, please?
You're an outsider. I'm an insider.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Some of it I noticed in there were emails that I had that I think you got from a FOIA request that you had on me back months ago.
No.
Well, it sure looked like it anyway. The other thing I was a little bit surprised at is...
You no neck hoe. No, you're mad because ain't no one ever given any money to you. No one ever give your no neck hoe ass any money.
Any other searches similar to How Long to Die in the Cold that evening on that tab?
Your Honor.
I'm going
to... May I first inquire, you meant morning, I assume?
Sorry, that morning, yes.
Just clarifying, I did not look at evening searches.
Run me my barbecue. Shut your hole. I don't want to hear your mouth. I don't want to see your side glance.
These guys mean it. You shook like a little leaf, you little puss. You are a puss, Dave. And if I ever see you, I will smack you up and down this highway in 75. You are a little phony. And guess what? Oh, I'm in AA, and you're drinking your balls off on TV. You little fucking scumbag. You are. I don't give a who you are. You're a fraud. You belong in a jail, guard. You ain't no cop. You, motherfucker. Right, you got me today, buddy, and you're going to get, everyone's going to get me. I might go off on the
Whoopsie daisy. Good morning. Good morning, Pete. Hold. Is that connect? Yeah. Can you guys hear me? Everyone good? I can't drive on 75 anymore. I know. When I was in, I saw 75 in Florida, and I was like, "You're blurry." Yeah, it says connection is unstable. Give me a second. Give me 1 second here. No, I know. Yeah, it says blurry. Something's going on. I can figure this out. Be right back. Any better? Oh, it's still coming up a little wonky. Let's try something else here before we begin. Oh, it's good? Okay. It looks clear to you? Okay. You know what? It's telling me it's unstable. Well, that's okay. It happens. Good morning. Good morning, students. How's everyone doing? welcome to class. Monday, September 29th today. We have a big old class to go over. We're going to try to go to about 10. And then, yeah, StreamYard is a bitch. You're right. StreamYard is a stupid ass bitch. I'll try to go about 10, and then I'll send you to Kim's. And then you guys will be going to Melanie's at noon. Kim, yeah, I know what she's doing today at 10. Your internet senses the unstable vibes. Yeah, probably. Freaking probably. Let me tell you what today's class will consist of. We have a lot to go over. We're going to finish up some reading. Liz Irk, oh my God, you are out of your mind. We're going to finish up some reading. Don't know how today's going to go as far as like emotional wise, because I'm in one of my fucking moods. I don't know. I haven't been in one of these in a while. Who is LG? LG is Lindsay Gaetani. So it's going to be like overall public safety. We're going to finish up our reading. We're at a very, very, very interesting part of Storm of Suspicion. Like oddly interesting for what's going on currently. Like it's weird how this all lined up. Okay. It's a little weird. Let me get my horror grandmother glasses on here. Hold on. Give me one sec. Give me a stalk on. Okay. So we have our summer reading to go over. We're going to discuss our new book that we're going to be reading coming up. We're going to be going over the Lindsay Gaetani versus Kate Peter, otherwise known as Fake Victim versus Crustaceous Pantaloons. Their Twitter beef, that's going to segue us into our Julie Carpenter beef that I think we got to go over, because we really do got to revisit sometimes, guys. Like, you know, if we don't learn from the past, we'll repeat history or whatever the hell they say. Then that's going to lead us right into Giardia theory. What is Giardia? Myths about Giardia. How you can protect yourself and your loved ones. Confusion surrounding it. We'll answer any questions. It might explain what's going on in the current climate. Once you understand the beast, you can handle the beast. And I got a message about someone that wanted a little advice, so we'll do that at the end. And then we'll end it with something positive. But firstly, well, maybe not firstly, maybe I'll surprise you guys with this, but there's a couple things we have to address before we even start. Charlie, today's your birthday? All right. Well, Charlie, if you're here at the end, I'll read you something special. So I'll put Charlie birthday. And for anyone else whose birthday it is today, we will do something special. Not a comment thing, but I had a little idea. Okay. So you guys might notice one of our classmates is not here today. They had to be sent home. They'll be back tomorrow. Don't worry. But I need to see what other classmates I need to send home for the day. There's a couple. And I'm not going to call them out because I don't want them to not speak, but I want to be able to see them. I'm going to write them down. If I see them, we can address them. Okay. I've never, okay. You guys are funny. Colleen S13 in here. I will call her out. Where's Colleen S13? Colleen, we're not going to call your parents. You didn't offend that badly, but you still do need a timeout. Mm-hmm. Colleen? Yeah, no, John, you're not wrong. I am on my fucking key cycle. I think I have toxic shock syndrome. That's how key cycled I am. My jury tamps are stuck. Is that it? No. Mary, Miss Malarkey, good thing you are right up here front and center. Perfect, just the one I'm looking for. Miss Malarkey. Now, even though you don't do anything, right, you may not have to participate in the act, right? Those who see something happening and validate it with a wink, a smile, a nudge, they still should be held accountable. So you're going to give you about 5, Malark. Okay, so you're all set, Malarkey. You'll be back in 5. KY Heather might actually need 2 days. Okay. So I would be looking for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 students specifically. I don't see any of them here. The ones who know. Oh, Max's mom. You're one. Max's mom. You go enjoy timeout. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh, what happened? Oh, what happened? Why are people going home? Oh, let me explain. So we can all learn so we don't do it again. Well, last class, I had a couple of my students run to my special man friend, right? They went over to his house and they were like, oh, you know our teacher? You're dating our teacher? And they got in trouble that morning. And some people seem to have so much fun getting in trouble, they wanted to go get in trouble again. So when they were watching, I think it was the hearing, I'll read some out. I was not in the chat room, but American Dreamer out of the blue said, hi, Jimmy. Okay. Hidden Metadata said, hi, Jimmy. Okay. That's not even close to being done. KY Heather said, Auntie Deb, you here? Now that's the first one. Okay, that's just the first offense. Auntie Deb, you here? Okay. Colleen S said, KY Heather tagged her and then laughed. So bringing people to the attention of the KY Heather comment. Also not good. And it was not a live, it was pre-recorded, but still, I don't care. Rules are rules. Then we have Max's mom saying, look at me being on my best behavior. LYKIYKYK, which is solely a room 203 thing. So Max's mom, that got you in timeout. Carrie Soto, you towed the line. Excuse me. You towed the line by being a quiet media critic. I understood that. That's okay. Mary Malarkey, you tagged Max's mom with a thumbs up and a kissy face. Not allowed. Not allowed. Now I'm going into mean teacher. And what's the biggest one of all time? Smiling Sleuth said, Max's mom, do you think Peter got his sweatshirt back? And then at the end of his stream, KY Heather hit it with the last gunshot right to the face and said, Jimmy, he's texting other men. Let me show you. And I almost went into full Braxton Hicks. Now, when I got the spins when I read that. Okay, I was losing my right as his live stream is ending. I'm watching it because I'm watching everything, and I'm reading it, and I'm like, okay, it's my KY head, it's my student, Jimmy. He's texting other men. So, guys, also please be on the lookout for American Dreamer hidden metadata. Smiling Sleuth. I think I already put Max's mom in timeout. Colleen S13, today you get a pass. Okay. Today you get a pass. Good fucking morning, Boston Mike. Everyone say good morning to Boston Mike. Tell him we love him. And to quit faking it. And to hurry up. And to come back so we can shit on people. We love Boston Mike in here. My favorite interview I ever did of the 21 that we did before the trial started. If you go back and watch, it's in a playlist, interviews. I think this is number 3 or 4. It was my all-time favorite ever. I don't think I'll ever laugh that hard again during an interview with someone. It was unfucking believable. We love Boston Mike. Okay. Now, take out your notebooks. And he's also a teacher, so respect, please. Take out your notebooks. We're going to start with, and those of you who are in trouble, I expect best behavior. Ooh, hold on. My Lindsay Gattani Substack just gave me a notification. Oh, I'm getting followed by someone. Okay, cool. I don't know who that is, but. And we'll get there. We'll get there. We have a lot to cover. Okay, send the students home. I did. English literature. Okay. Okay, so we're at the very, very end of Storm of Suspicion. If you're following along on home, page 261, we're starting off at Yellow Cottage Tales, The Turning Point. Now, remember, when he speaks about Seamus O'Malley, who is he talking about? Who remembers who he's actually talking about when he says Seamus O'Malley? This person we watched over the weekend, and they may have gotten some dirty dirt on Twitter. Thank you, Meatball. Sean on the golf. Yeah, Sean on the golf, key player here in the Storm of Suspicion. So Sean on the golf's name has been changed to Seamus O'Malley. I do believe Dave, his name is still the same. If you remember from the rant from Sean on the golf where he says, and you are a pussy, Dave. If I see you, I will smack you up and down this highway on 75, right? Why do I think this is the only name that was changed? No, from what I can gather from Sean, he probably made him do it. He's like, you gotta listen, Kev. You're gonna write about me in your book, of course you're gonna write about old Sean, because no one else is Sean. You gotta write about Sean. Change your name, please. I got a lot of people looking for me. Please change your name. Thank you, Kev. And how's everything? How you feeling? How's your health? Good. I didn't mean that day. Okay. Turning point. Now, if you don't remember in the book, he's starting to He was Free Karen Reed, and he's starting to flip. Now, take notice of where he kind of switches, what makes him switch, why he switches, and you're going to take notes, and I want you to put a footnote of two different things. The first thing is TBDS. Now, we have not gone over that in this classroom, but that is what the principal calls Turtle Boy derangement syndrome. I think it's based off of Trump derangement syndrome, where people, once they hate him, they just go crazy, okay? So I want you to take note of that. On the other side of the paper, I would like you to put the term Giardia, Giardia, and I will explain that later. Seamus O'Malley looks straight out of Hollywood, casting for a Boston Irish cop movie. Big guy, white hair, immaculately dressed. If your family has a Kennedy picture on the wall, you'll be immediately impressed by Seamus. Now, if you grew up in New England or Massachusetts at a certain time period, you couldn't walk into an Irish Catholic's house without seeing a big picture of John Fitzgerald Kennedy Jr. Because of his Canton roots, he began following the Karen Reed case closely, and he thought something didn't smell right. If you followed Seamus by the time the trial, and by then, if you followed Seamus by the time of the trial, and by then he had his own channel, it might seem hard to imagine now with his words getting crazier and crazier, but back in the summer of 23, he seemed very credible. And he was the only former cop publicly talking about the case. This case badly needed experienced experts to come forward. Without that expertise, all we had was us amateurs trying to figure out our way through the dark. I struck up a friendship with Seamus over the case, and we talked by phone several times a week. I really enjoyed those conversations. But I also felt that sorting through the branches of the logic tree wasn't his best strength. However, he did seem to care about the truth, and he was far from being an idiot, and it seemed like these discussions were productive. What I didn't know was that he was also directly talking to Karen. Here's how I learned that I got played. Karen's team leaked the video of her backing out in John's driveway at 5:08 to go search for him. They told Court TV something that seemed strange now, given what Alan Jackson told the jury. They said the Lexus was clearly missing pieces in the video. Come again? Jackson showed the same video to the jury and told them the taillight was clearly intact. What had changed along the way? After the Court TV segment aired, I told Seamus on the phone what we needed was a clear image of the taillight from as early as possible. If it was missing pieces, there was no conspiracy. If it was just cracked, however, then there certainly was. I know the cracked versus missing argument seems obvious now, but Seamus hadn't seen it. Yet, even more shocking, neither had Karen nor her team. Because a couple of days after I had said this to Seamus, he amazingly got back to me with images of the taillight from the Sally Port, asking I not share them or show them on my channel. That's what I want to hear. Did he have access to discovery material? Guess where he got it? Karen, or certainly someone directly connected to her. Though he couldn't grasp it, those images were really quite useless because they were taken while the Lexus was still in custody. Still, it told me he was in contact with Karen. And these conversations with Seamus began a process which led Karen and her team to figure out something they shockingly couldn't on their own, that they had to show that the taillight was merely cracked and not missing pieces. Here's another story that shows how they didn't understand this cracked versus missing pieces thing until this time. In July, Boston Magazine reporter Gretchen Voss, whose article on the case in September of 23 remains a seminal piece, interviewed Karen in the presence of attorneys David Yannetti, Alan Jackson, and Elizabeth Little. That audio recording also became discovery material, though we didn't hear it in the first trial and it remains an option for the prosecution. In the audio, Karen amazingly describes how badly her taillight was broken, with pieces missing and internal components exposed. In fact, at one point, she describes plucking a piece of taillight plastic off the housing and dropping it in the driveway. Why would she tell such a tale? Because she was trying to discredit the state police, who had searched the driveway and found nothing. This was also why prosecutor Alan Lally spent time in the trial showing video of the driveway being shoveled and then snowblown. Any discarded piece was very likely ended up in the yard somewhere, so nothing suspicious at all. But it shows that in July, neither Karen nor her attorneys understood the need to say the taillight was only cracked and not missing pieces. They just hadn't really thought it through, as nuts as that sounds. Then Seamus, Sean in the Gulf, came back to me with what seemed like the scoop of a lifetime, even if I had been a real journalist, which I assuredly am not. Love you, Mike. Come back anytime. Guys, say you love your Uncle Mike. One of the things I kept hitting on in my discussions with Seamus was that the motive would just seemed insufficient all around. Colin had a feud with John because of an incident on his lawn. I mean, come on. John's a Boston cop, and Colin's two uncles were cops. That never made sense. And even if the kid was in the house, shit-faced, and started a fight with John, Brian Albert would have quickly put a stop to it. I didn't have to know Brian personally to know that. He's not going to let his nephew in high school start shit with a guy he works with. And we're expected to believe the chief of police, Berkowitz, was going to help cover up a murder like this just because cops stick together? No way. I'm sorry. That's Looney Tunes. There was just insufficient motive everywhere you looked. And that's what I kept telling Seamus. So one day he came back with the answers that tied it all together, and oh boy, did it do that. The story any journalist would kill for. But before I let you know what I learned, it's important to add a related element. At the end of July, I got a quick call from Turtle Boy. Alan Jackson wanted to talk to me. Yeah, that guy. Lawyer to the stars, and of course to Karen. Turtle Boy gave me his number. Did Jackson think I had some information that could help his client? Ooh, let me fix this mess. Hold on. Hold up. Or did he just want to make sure I stayed under control of Team Karen? Because I hadn't been asking more and more skeptical questions. And since I was the only one, maybe they wanted to nip it in the bud. I know Aiden did. His cult had been slowly growing for years, but this case was given a turtle's wet dream. You know, like all turtles must have. Why you gotta go there? I texted Jackson telling him who I was, explaining that I had no inside information, and in case his goal was to influence me, I said right up front that I would always cover this neutrally, from both sides. He replied that he understood and he just wanted to touch base. He never did call me, but he was in communication with Seamus. Seamus had said so privately, but I don't know if this had happened by that time. However, Seamus certainly was in touch with Karen and even been fed discovery material, the Sallyport pictures. But another very curious thing happened around this time. Alan and Karen went on ABC News, and Jackson claimed that on the night John died, he had walked into a hostile situation. This was something they never had said before, and it would presage. Is that how you pronounce it? Presage or presage? I don't know. I've never seen that before. What the defense would say at trial, that John was being set up, and when they invited him to the house, in other words, it was an ambush. Let's return to the scoop Seamus gave me within days of this ABC News report. He said two things for me tied it all together and solved the problem of insufficient motive. First, he claimed that a still active source of his DEA had informed him that there was an ongoing investigation into drug dealing at the Canton police station. Second, he claimed that Karen had filmed Colin dealing drugs in the neighborhood and that John had called 911 to report it, eventually sending them the video. Oh, who's wiretapping now? Neither of these things is true. Damn it. Neither of these things is true. Though there is a kernel of truth in each. But I didn't learn this until weeks later. And when I did, I created a video called The Anatomy of a Smear, an effort to clear the good record on Colin, who is in no way, shape, or form dealing drugs. So they're saying in here, take a fucking note, because this is going to come up later in class. Colin not dealing drugs, okay? I grilled Seamus on his sources. He said I was talking to someone inside the Canton police station who listened to the call come in. I should have sat on the story until I had more sources. But because of his law enforcement experience and his contacts, I trusted Seamus more than I should have. But I was still cautious. I scripted a report and sent it to Seamus for approval. He gave it. The next day, after the minor tweaks, I sent him one more. Again, he approved. Our show was scheduled for 8 p.m. I would stick to the script. Colin's name would not be mentioned. I would use the word nephew. Do you guys remember when we watched this? And he was like, and Papa Sean was like, Colin. And Kevin was like, okay. Remember? We watched it in here. However, an hour before the show, Seamus called with cold feet. He said his DEA agent source was afraid of being outed. I thought about canceling the story, and it's yet another mark on my soul that I didn't, but I went through with it, making some adjustments and sending that final draft for Seamus's approval, which he gave again. The truth turned out to be similar, but very different. 12 years before John's death, a Canton police officer was known to be addicted to drugs. No need to put his name here. Boston Mike. There was a DEA investigation into that? No. I mean, who knows? But it was handled in-house and the officer retired. That seems to be the full extent of the drug dealing story at the Canton PD. What about Karen and John reporting a drug dealer? Yes, that happened. Only it wasn't Colin. It was a troubled 27-year-old man. Karen did film him, but John never called the station. What he did do was send the video to someone on the force he was friends with, Detective Kevin Albert. That video is part of the discovery material. If there was something useful to Karen on it, she was free to use it in the last trial. She didn't. But that's the thing about the story Sean told me. Who else could have known about the video in that discovery? Not many people, but Karen did. See, we had seen the tactic before. Karen had taken a real event, teens drinking at on John's lawn, and inserted Colin into it as part of an attempt to create a motive for an attack. She fed the story to Gretchen Voss. This here seemed like the very same thing. Take something real, falsely insert Colin into it to create a feud between John and Colin. Only in this case, it would have created a feud with the whole Albert family. The story fed to me sounded like a knockoff of a Dennis Lenihan mystery novel. The connected Canton family wanted to protect their drug-dealing nephew, so they brought him in for a sit-down in order to put the fear of God into him, and the corrupt chief of police wanted to keep drug dealing in his department from being exposed? I fell for it briefly. Dennis Lenihan would never write such an absurd plot, and I like to hope I wouldn't either. Eagerness for a breaking news story, however, clouded my judgment. What do you want to do in this situation? Something I'm now learning from the world's most effective teacher. Experience is take your time. By taking your time, you not only get to verify aspects of the story, but you can carefully think through logic and see if it makes sense. In my defense, had I known at the time Karen and Seamus were talking, I would have been much, much more skeptical. I believe Seamus really had a source in the Canton PD, who heard the call and who truly had a source in the DEA. I mean, not only did he seem forthright to me back then, but he's a retired DEA agent. None of this really lessens the horror of what I had done. Without using the young man's name, I had still falsely smeared someone with an accusation of being a drug dealer. There's no way to get a do-over on that except to tell the truth about how it went down. And that truth includes this. Karen began communicating at this time with my partner, Dave McGrath. She used an encryption app, Signal, so the messages self-delete after a certain amount of time. But Dave screenshotted them. In those messages, she tried to get Dave and my channel to put out the fact that the FBI had tried to serve a subpoena to Colin at his college campus, Bridgewater State. He wrote college, but I'm pretty sure it's university. It was a big get because at the time there was no official confirmation of an FBI investigation into the Karen Reed investigation. Feds had been leaky jury tamps had been leaking. Where the fuck did I leave off? My bad. Sorry to swear. Word of it to Karen all along, strangely working as partners with her team, but none of that was actual hard proof that could be shown for a skeptical public. So this subpoena was the first confirmation. Karen had a deal with Turtle Boy. He would get everything first, so he could run with the scoop in exchange for positive coverage. But Turtle was away at an amusement park with his kids, and Karen, ever impulsive and always managing the social media campaign, didn't want to wait a few hours. So she reached out to multiple people, including Dave McGrath. Not wanting Turtle to find out she had broken their deal, Karen told Dave to tell Turtle that he had found out about the FBI subpoena through a FOIA, Freedom of Information Act. In other words, she told him to lie. Stunned, Dave reported immediately to me about the messages from Karen, but neither of us did anything with the information, and as it turned out, there wasn't time. Because though Karen told McGrath she had given him an exclusive, that was also a lie. She fed it to other social media minions, and it was all over social media before Turtle even got home from Canopy Lake Park. But there was more. In this brief period where she attempted to turn Dave into another one of her minions, she told him they had filmed Colin engaging in criminal activity. She didn't say drug dealing, but I think we can see what she was doing, given Seamus had just fed me this very story. For those of us covering the case, whether untrained YouTubers or experienced journalists, it is a path littered with moral hazards. There's pressure to get the breaking news. There's temptation to appeal to the large mob that has been generated. And everyone in the media on YouTube understands conspiracy theories are juicy and always get the most views by far. I've seen mistakes made by mainstream reporters and programs. Fox 25, Boston's Ted Daniel wore a pink tie to court just before the trial, an attempt to win the favor of FKR mob, which had adopted pink. Local channels such as NECN and Boston NBC have regularly pandered to the conspiracy theorists. Even Boston Magazine, once prestigious New Yorker, put out articles which falsely portrayed Turtle Boy as a truth seeker with rough edges. But truth has never been what he's after, and he has been charged with 19 counts of witness intimidation. He has even threatened to bring a mob to the soccer games of the Attorney General's children. So even the big boy news outlets can't resist the lure of big numbers that comes with covering this case from the conspiracy side. Conscience isn't something you acquire in journalism school. It's something you either choose to use or not. I was struggling with all of these things that August. And remember, I've been wandering the desert for more than 10 years, trying to recapture any sense of purpose or direction. Erica, who had joined my team and who I quickly saw as a valued friend, stopped by the house one day. I noted what she had in her car: a Turtle Boy sticker. By then, it was clear to any decent person what this guy was all about. He had recently orchestrated a rolling rally where he took hundreds of people to show up at the home of the most witnesses and police investigators in the case, shouting slander through a bullhorn at each stop, terrorizing the women and children inside. That has nothing to do with the truth or justice. That's just trying to generate content for his channel at the expense of other human beings. So take a look at what's happening. he sees Karen in the defense talking to Sean in the Gulf, or what he presumes to be talking to Sean in the Gulf. He saw that Alan Jackson wanted his phone number. And he was mad at Turtle Boy. Do you remember when we watched him and Dave when Turtle Boy was in the chat room and he would not let Turtle Boy come on? Remember this? And he starts freaking out and he starts yelling at them all. Do we need to revisit it? We'll revisit it. I'll show you. Erica now recognized this. She had been a longtime fan of Turtle, but what she had been a fan of was the idea of it. Someone who reports corruption that mainstream outlets won't touch. Heck, I'm a huge fan of that idea myself. There's a bit of a process when it comes to understanding what he really is and what dark force he's tapped into. Write that down. Dark force. Okay? He's saying Turtle Boy has tapped into a dark force. I went to a birthday cookout for Erica. Met her whole family, really wonderful people. They weren't too sure about this FKR stuff, but they accepted their daughter's passion. That morning, Erica had driven over to our house to purchase her FKR birthday cake, which she showed me with pride. I didn't let on about how I felt about it. You see, I had quietly flipped, more or less perched on the fence, trying my best to cover the case neutrally. I had come to the conclusion that the conspiracy hypothesis made no sense. Dave sensed it. Privately, he asked me, and I told him I was 51% in favor of a conclusion that the mob wouldn't approve of. He was stunned, and the FKR crowd sensed it. They could tell from the questions I was asking on the channel, and they do not like answering any questions. No, they do not. Any question was a threat. This was actually one of the many cult-like aspects to this crowd. I was a member of the Big Free Karen Reed Facebook page, but I never posted. Then one day, someone created a post directed at me. Essentially, it said, "There's something wrong with Kevin from Yellow Cottage." They loved Dave and Erica, but something didn't sit right with me, and they suggested Dave and Erica leave me and go out on their own. The post got hundreds of replies from the mob, almost all of which affirmed that sentiment, many in much harsher terms. Some said I showed signs of brain damage, mental retardation, and weirdly cowardice. Of the hundreds of comments, only 2 had expressed support, saying that I was just trying to look at things intelligently from both sides. These 2 people were immediately, in turn, attacked into silence. Little did they know, this is exactly what I needed. We're going to stop there before we get to part 7. This has happened before, but I do want to highlight Kevin's behavior once this happened, okay? So let me grab up. We're almost done with it. Sad. Oh, I gotta see where it was sent to me. Hold, you guys. Talk amongst yourselves for a second. Got it. So this is what he's talking about. And we played this recently, but I didn't realize how much this tied into the book. Oh, sorry, Papa. Oh, fucker.
What it turned out they were trying to hide was the fact that they were trying to assassinate Fidel Castro, and they didn't want that out. So sometimes somebody's hiding something that's different than what we think they're hiding.
Who was one of the biggest voice people on the Warren Committee? Dulles, the former head of the CIA.
So he had Sean on.
I mean, come on.
But he's hiding other stuff. Is my point is that so I'm going to put you in this car. And that's what it is. I'm going to give you the truth, even if it costs me all my subscribers. I don't care. I'm going to try to give you the truth, and that's it. And I've read all the documents, including including the other half of the documents that Turtle Boy sent us. Read the full documents instead of the ones that were meant to trick us. You know, I'm trying to give you the truth, and I don't know what the truth is. Maybe there may be a conspiracy here, but I want you to have the truth. Someone doesn't want you to have the truth. He wants you to have a rally. He wants to have a bullhorn. That's what he wants to do. It's about him. It's about him. If you haven't figured that out, then God help you. You're just not going to figure it out. Sorry, Sean. I didn't mean to. I didn't realize that the trap was going to get hijacked by people standing there screaming and calling me a liar and this and that.
Who's screaming?
So,
who's screaming?
But I apologize, Sean. You're making great points as always. And
no, I'm just like I said. My whole thing is this. I would love to see what's in all those documents. Give me 2 hours. That's all I want. 2 hours.
Yeah.
I can't. That's fine. I get it. But I get the documents. Yeah. And I read and read. I keep seeing more things come out. It hits you. That's not coming from the defense. That's coming from the state. The state is going to have to justify those documents. Anyway.
Absolutely. Sean, are there any other interesting cases you've been working on? I'm going to bring on Erin too and see if she wants to. We can move on from Karen and talk about some. Hi, Erin. Erin, you. She. Oh. Do I have to unmute her? Oh, she's muted. Are you there, Erin? I still can't hear you, honey. Okay, well, while she tries to figure it out, we'll just keep talking, Sean. So, what are you have any new cases that you're working on that you're interested in?
The cases? I mean, I've talked to you about this, and I talked to that person today, and I know he talked to Erin today. I think that's great. I've made some inroads with him, but I think listen, from my perspective, I think he has something. He just has to bear it down. I know he's watching. I had about another hour conversation with him. Is Erin back? There she is.
Oh, hi, Erin.
Hi.
Yeah, gotcha, Erin.
Hey. Hi, Sean.
Hey. Hi, Erin.
Hi. Kevin, you're scaring me.
Sorry.
Like, real bad.
I apologize.
He scared me. I thought I said something wrong.
You never like to take on a bartender. It's not going to go well.
Why don't we invite Turtle on?
For those of you who don't know who this is, I suggest you start showing up to fucking class. A lot of us know who it is. So start showing up. I don't want to hear about your dead grandparents. I don't care how many of your grandparents died last week. Catch up.
There's no point. We don't want to get any more shouting matches and people calling people liars and shit like that. And frankly, we want to feed people the truth. We're not interested in creating rallies and bullhorns and shit like that. That's about him. That's not about the truth anymore. It's about him. And if the truth came out, he wouldn't want it because if it didn't serve his cause. And it's time to just say it. That's what it is. If you don't know it, you don't recognize it. I mean, if you can't recognize someone that wants to just develop his own platform just for the sake of being your leader. Great. He's entertaining. I love his show. He's done some really good journalism.
So we already watched this. So this is what happened when he crashed out, right? And then the other guy comes up with the very blurry camera. Sounds kind of gay, but he wasn't, I guess. That's what everyone's telling me. I'm like, okay, but have you seen him suck a dick? Like, I don't, we got to ask the questions. You just got to ask the questions, or else you're not going to get the right answers. So I'm sorry. Sorry. That concludes the reading segment. You guys can put your reading books away. Thank you for behaving. I'm just a girl in the world. Says, good morning. Good morning. I'm just a girl in the world. Good morning, my friend. Meatball Morris, and thank you for your donation to the school roof. We appreciate that. We appreciate how you come in here every morning just to say hello. Meatball Morrissey Sketty Stain says, Jimmy's internet is as unstable as fake victim. Thank you, Meatball Morrissey. We tried to fix it. I cannot. I'm only an elected official. I can't make decisions by myself. Thank you so much. Meatball Morrissey Skitty Stain says positive, like fake victims STI tests. Thank you, Meatball. Listen, sometimes all you need is like 4 big penicillin pills, and it's like you never had it. Moxierella77 became a YouTube member. Welcome, Moxierella. Welcome to the family. The Sober Hipster became a new member. Welcome, Sober Hipster. You will enjoy it here. Meatball Morrissey Sketty Stain making it rain on my hoe ass said, this is the type of book I would use as kindling for my wood stove. All right, Meatball, always coming in with a positive comment to make us feel happy. And Papers, Motions, and Hyperlinks. Papers, Motions, and Hyperlinks. Oh, my. Papers, Motions, and Hyperlinks. Oh, my. Became a new member. Welcome, Papers, Motions, Hyperlinks, Jury Tamps, and Toxic Shock Tamps. Let me say hello to those who donated on Venmo this morning. Becky sent a smiley face, and I said, I wish every creator had a Becky because she is just great. Carly Kramer said, donation towards Auntie Deb's big fat Greek wedding. Thank you, Carly. I appreciate that. Maybe one day. I don't know. Although I'm the bride, so my parents have to pay for it. My dad's dead. Yeah, mother ain't doing that. Hell no. So yeah, thank you for that. We're gonna need donations. Okay, let me check the Cash App and see if I missed one because I don't get notifications on there. For some reason, I just don't get notifications on there. I don't know why. No, all set. Okay, so next segment is we're gonna lightly touch on the Kate Peter, Lindsay Gaetani fake victim Twitter little mess we have there. Okay, it's been a little bit of a mess, and I know that when you go on Twitter and you download Twitter, you're just looking for some light, easy, breathable content. Nothing crazy. Just, it's like getting PBS. It's like when you go there and there's this crazy drama. It's like, what? I was never expecting that. No, I came here for good things, nice stuff and whatever. All right, let me get the Kate Peter tweets, and then we're gonna do the Lindsay tweets, and you guys are gonna see. I brushed on this lightly yesterday, but I want to see the whole thing because they're going down each other's throats. And this is sociology and psychology. Okay. Everyone has a huge erection over this Karen versus Aiden thing. I gotta go beyond that. Okay. Monk, can I do the John Barron voice? No, his voice is odd. He kind of sounds like Judge Doom from Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Okay. So, let me grab it. Oh, whore. You big fat whore. Got it. Oh my God. What's going on here? Sorry, guys. It's like leaving me. Okay. So this is Kate Peter about fake victim. I don't know why I trusted her for so long, except I did really think we were friends. And as a dysfunctional person myself, felt like she was going through it and would regulate eventually. Clearly that didn't happen. This is what was the big one. Where's the big old bitch? This one. And I'll make it smaller so you can write along. I really didn't want to do this, but Lindsay Gaetani continues to lie in a clear attempt to not only garner attention, but now... Oh, let me see if I can do her voice. I'm not that good at it. I really didn't want to do this, but Lindsay Gaetani continues to lie in a clear attempt to not only garner attention, but now grift for money. No one did anything to Lindsay but try and help her. Based on stories she was telling us at the time. It's not good. It's not 100%. It's not 100%. It's like 40. Not even good. The FKR movement is on its head. She originally reached out to me and others looking for Lieutenant Tully's personal cell phone number, which no one had. She told us she had information regarding Aiden Carney's relationship with Karen Reed, and that he was threatening her and her children, and that she was pregnant with his child, and he was blackmailing her into getting extortion. She had texts and videos and other proof that made it all seem very legitimate. Her information about Karen and Aiden rang true and was consistent with other things I had learned through other independent sources, so I encouraged her to talk. She was understandably nervous, so I worked out a scenario where I believe she could just run her story by Mello, no pressure, and decide what to do from there. She agreed to a police interview, which resulted in an unexpected subpoena. Through this time, Lindsay was insisting to me and others that she was done with Aiden, afraid of him, wanted nothing to do with him, and that he was essentially manipulating and blackmailing her into continuing to talk with him. When Aiden later began hitting back and showing text, I was a little shocked to see how she'd still been pursuing him when she told us the opposite. But I chalked it up to a dysfunctional relationship, something I sure as hell can't change. The night she had with Aiden in her home and he was charged, she told no one. We were all under the assumption that she was done seeing him. I got a 3 a.m. text that only said crustacean, and then learned of it in the morning. She had no Christmas dinner for her Christmas children, or so she told us anyway. So a few of us Christmas cash apped to get her Christmas Chinese food at least. I have no reason to believe she was lying about this, but this new Substack grift makes me wonder. When she needed a lawyer subsequently, we raised money for her. Remember that part. I donated. My friends donated thousands of dollars. I even covered the $500 fee. She picked her own lawyer, proceeded to call him multiple times hysterically, sometimes at night. He represented her and then disappeared. She, of course, chalked this up to some type of conspiracy, but I suspect the money wasn't worth the headache of Lindsay and Grant Smith Ellis ranting at him after 9 p.m. The only time I contacted that attorney was at her behest, to send an email with some evidence that she had asked me to gather. There was no conversation. The only other attorney of hers I had ever contacted was a housing attorney when she was being evicted for chasing down a neighbor and threatening her, as well as repeated domestic disturbances requiring a police response leading up to that incident. I wrote an affidavit in support of Lindsay again at her request to try at least buy her some time, as the property owners originally wanted her out in 30 days, which is pretty unreasonable for a single mother with several young children who was at least paying her rent on time. I had never contacted any other attorney she retained, just helped her raise money twice. Then the pregnancy story started falling apart. I thought it was odd how she didn't want the police to know she was pregnant, but figured it was private and embarrassing. Then again, Aiden hit back with proof that she used old photos, old ultrasounds. Didn't deny it, but had an excuse. She used old photos to get him off her back because she was conflicted and scared. She could never produce anything current. I stopped asking quickly. She ultimately landed on not being able to produce medical records because she didn't go to the clinic. She just took some, this is my new favorite phrase, old abortion pills she had lying around. Clearly lied. I've known this, but I didn't care, honestly. Lindsay always had an emergency of some sort, just constant, exhausting chaos, screaming, melting down at us, crying for hours, calls at midnight to come to her house and help her out. Every time we'd help her with one thing, there'd be a moment of calm and she'd seem normal. And then it was just another thing. People did start leaving the group because she would dominate and just be way too much. The entire time, Grant Smith Ellis would be posting insane conspiracy theories. She was telling all of us that he was threatening her, and she had asked him to stop. I now figured that's a lie too. All right, so this one's she like just bitching. I don't know why I trusted her for so long, except I did really think we were friends. As a dysfunctional person myself, yeah, we know that. You said it a couple of times. Now I'm gonna have to say that in the clapback department, I really think Lindsay wins. Okay, I do. I just think Lindsay wins. Let me grab her. Although, did she delete her Twitter? Because you know what's fucked up is the minute I saw she had a new video, I couldn't find her Twitter account. And she had posted some funny fucking memes. Hold on 1 second as I look for Lindsay. I've never even discussed these people before, ever, not once. And then overnight, I'm like, oh my good lord. No results for Lindsay Gaetani. Oh, Gaetini, I put in. Is Annie. It is Annie like Albanian. Okay, I think it's gone. I think her Twitter's gone. Or did she block me? It's still up for you? LINDSAYGAETANI. Oh, shit. Hold on. I'm spelling it with an A. Lindsay is Lindsay. Gotti. Okay. Am I the drama? Location not under KP's control anymore. All right, where's the first thing I saw? Why did that look like a quick dinky? Quick dinky. No, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Come on. What the hell does this say? Oh, come on. Where's the hubcap thing? I laughed so hard. That shit was funny. Maybe it's under replies. I don't know why she's laying down with her dad doing meth. There was a response that she posted, and it was like, "Where are your hubcaps?" It was almost like, "Where are your hubcaps, bitch?" And I thought it was, it made me giggle, like a little ditz, like a ditzy girl. No. Anyway, she talks mad shit about Julie Carpenter and her new Substack too, which we're gonna watch because I subscribed. All right, so basically, she has an excuse for everything, as I would say, misunderstood. Where's the part? That's a lie, Lindsay. Okay, so she's fighting with Good Time Jewel Carp. This is a mere 4 days ago. This is a lie, Lindsay. Paul and Tully are not very good friends. They played on the same college football team. That means gay. That's it. Doesn't run deep. That also means gay. On your quest to destroy everyone, you are including a family who has lost 2 children who have been dragged on the internet. Stop it. Lindsay, I'm sorry, who are you? Destroy everyone? No, just tell the truth. Your lying friends and the corrupt cops. Funny, you guys had no problem destroying me. Oh, so she has time. She has all the time. Fine, since you asked, I wanted to keep the O'Keefes out of it, but remember Julie Carpenter, who, along with Jams, appeared out of nowhere when Kate asked members of her private Discord if these 2 women could join. You guys see this yet? You guys see this? Okay, yeah, me neither. What if someone what if someone got your phone? Who? What if this is not even you right now? Seriously? I don't know. A family member, the government. It's me. LOL, do you even know what happened with my phone? I'm not just paranoid. I do know. It's not happening again. Can I ask you something? Sure. Do you think Tully did it on purpose? The mistake with giving it to Turtle Boy. You've known Tully for a while, right? He didn't. It was a stupid mistake. He would never do that, okay? I trust Tully. Known him for a long time. Tully and Sully. Go get my hair cut and I get my oil changed down Tully and Sully's Route 44 and fuck arraign him on the auto mile. I've struggled with that for a while. I found him to be very honest and forthright at first. That's when I trusted him and gave it to him. Everyone has tried to convince me, though, that this couldn't have possibly happened by mistake. So I wonder a lot if I was viewed as collateral damage and whatever they were trying to achieve. I don't believe that to be true at all. You are a significant person in all of this. I don't know why. I don't know what I can do to help, but I will try. Just blank that you are a good person, great mother, phenomenal mother, good friend. To those that know you, he's the devil. I hope you have learned that there are good people out there that want to help you and I, your friends. Apparently not Kate, but I'll talk to her tomorrow. It'll all be okay. I don't know if that's a good idea. Okay. Well, that is very fucking dramatic. Like, very. This all is. You are truly demented. No, Lindsay, the truth dropped and you need to hear it. Oh, you said you want some more truth? No problem, bitch. Gonna go take me a few hours. I got some stuff to take care of first, but don't you worry. I'll get you that ASAP, honey. Salty Stino, you are lying. You like Aiden. Salty Stino secretly likes Aiden. Kate is not friendly with me. I've never spoken to her beyond commenting on some of her ridiculous public posts. Did Grant tell you that? Thank you. There is hope. No, Kate did. This is a while ago when Haley was still Haley and threatening to release my personal docs. She said she had a long conversation with you and maybe had kept in touch with you and that you bonded over stories about Grant. Maybe that was another lie by her. She said she had convinced you to talk to Haley and not release anything. Why the fuck would the O'Keefes ever invite you, a complete fucking stranger, to court? What? This is dirt. Like, granted, again, I don't know what any of this means, but this is dirt. Like, dirt. Maybe it's dirt to some of you. I don't know. I don't know. Cannabis, New England, doorstep, concern, obviously, realizing, friend, obviously, Grant, Turtle. Okay. Altman. Good for you, Lindsay. Should I retweet Broyles' post about you? Aiden isn't going to date you. Accept it. Julie Carpenter is such a stepmother, an evil stepmother. She's just such a bitch. What? People are so weird. Zora, I talked to that bitch. She was doing a documentary. I could tell after like a 5-minute interview that she was going negative. Rogie Rogue? Okay. You thought that was Peg of Leg? No. That was Alt of Min and Guy of Tiny Lindsay. And now let me regale you guys with just a quick little story about what Julie Carpenter makes people do. Now, I don't know if you guys remember, but back in, I think it was December, Julie Carpenter made a post about me that made me, for the first time ever in the Free Karen Reed movement, act out of character or in character. I'm not really sure. But anyways, it made me wild. Like to the point where I put all the videos together, and I do believe they are available on the YouTube in a half-hour stream labeled The Crucifixion of Julie Carpenter. Now, I can't see her post because I am blocked, but what she more or less did was take a video, which I never shared. The bit blurred again, motherfucker. Sorry, guys, block your ears. Oh, very bloody. Your bit rate is bad. Don't be speaking that language to me, sir. Let me try something. Let's discuss something. Get in the car. Don't touch nothing. I'll be right back, guys. Give me 2 seconds. Thank you. Is this any better? Karen McCormick got slapped. hold. Julie Carpenter is another shell of a woman. Is this better? Yeah. So yeah, Julie Carpenter, me and Jewel, I saw that she cut up a clip of it that I did of a performance of like a stand-up thing, and she made it seem like I was only coming at witnesses in the trial. Right? Who is she? She's a woman in Indiana who goes after FKR people. Sean on the Gulf was shitting all over her in the rant that we watched. If you don't remember the part where he's like, Julie Carpenter is another insecure woman. You think she could plunge up her tits any more times she's on the TV? And then she says he says she is a shell of a human being. She sucks, right? She sucks. And she came at me. And that was the first time anyone's ever really come at me in this movement, right? It was the very first time. I was not expecting it. I didn't perceive it as someone coming at me. I just thought it was like stupid, right? I just thought it was dumb. And then like after a few days, I was like, no, that bitch came at me. Like, no, that bitch fully came at me. So over the course of a 3-day weekend, I made 12 videos about her, talking to her. We had a sleepover. I made her a character. Like I would record a video like this and pretend that she was talking to me and I would talk to her, or she'd be over here and I was talking to her. And like I said some mean shit, right? And then, yeah, you're quiet tonight. I want to play it. I want to see it. I haven't seen it forever. Let's play it. Let's play a little bit of it. We have a fucking long class today. I told you guys that. Where is it? Oh, do I not have it? Hold on. Oh, I took it down. I made it private. I'll unprivate it. Hold on. Relax. Did someone just write my neck, my back, my thickums, and my crack? You guys are gross. Oh my god, the fake motion. I remember that. I missed the fake motion. Yeah, I made it private. Let me fucking. I make this public. I was in private for a while. Okay. Talk amongst yourselves. You guys know what to do. Don't be weird. How does this thing go? Hold on. Oh, damn. This is all that. This is all that. Now that's just an introduction before we blow your mind. Yes, it's all of that. And yes, we do it all the time. Oh, wait. No. Oh, that's Kevin's. Ooh, that one's bad. Ooh, I got to make that one. I can't make that. No. That got to be private. That was a bad one. I said bad things about him in there. Very bad. Mean. Ooh. Oh, it's man-based. That's why it's only man-based. Okay. Go at. Hey, Nina, I know you're saying show it, hon. I'm going as fast as I fucking can. So hold on. Okay. So I popped this on Twitter and she blocked me. Like I had already been blocked, right? Been blocked. So she knew who I was, even though she pretended not to. That is happening. The tomfoolery. That's her post, right? And I just go and I talk for 3 minutes. I literally just talk for 3 minutes about how she's bullshit because it got 75,000 views. I've never seen 75,000 views before. I had never seen 75,000 views on fucking anything. This is last year. Like, I don't even think I have yet. No, La Posada got a lot. But boom, I go through, right? And this is about, I woke up about 6 a.m. to make this, right? Boom. This is the first one. And I'm like, all right, let me make one. I'll put it out there. And people, they loved it. They're like, yeah, go get that bitch.
For you. Okay? So, hon,
Man.
last 2 seconds. So, like every single fucking thing. I don't know the
and I bitch
fucking lying. All this. It's your right.
I was mad.
Very fucking up. You can hear the telephone watching the roof. So I follow that. But one quick last one. You go content. Okay.
I keep apologies. This is where I apologize. Now I had just berated her 3 straight videos in a row, and I felt bad. So I wanted to let's maybe find common ground, right?
Hard this morning, okay.
So I'm like, you like Disney movies, Julie? Sorry, I'm like, you've been thinking about me today. Like I've been thinking about you. Like I know you're blocked, but maybe I came at you a little too hard, right? And then we go under the stars. This is the next one. This is video number 6. So we go under the stars. And I'm just fucking pumping these things out.
Jewel, I feel like I know the answer to that. I feel like maybe you did at one point. I don't know what you look like now. You now like leading, you know what I mean? Size, you know,
we're just sitting under the stars. And I'm like, Jewel, like, you ever sit under, I said, yeah, you ever sit under the star? Yeah. Mr. Monk loved it. I remember.
Right. Happy Friday. You ever sit and think, Jewel, you look we were
and I'm just talking to her like she's my fucking therapist, right? And like we're best friends. And I'm like, I'm not mad at you anymore. You mad at me? Nah. Let's make up. Meanwhile, I have not spoken to her once. Then I'm asking her if she likes Home Alone. Then I'm asking her if she likes Spice Girls, right? Because I'm at this point, I'm just having fucking fun with it. Then I'm like, hey, Jewel, you want to come and sleep over? And we have a sleepover.
Hey, are you still sleeping? Do you like anyone at school? I knew you liked him. Oh my God. No.
And I'm like, who do you like at school? You can tell me. You like him? No, you're pretty. I think you can take him to the dance. Right. But then I wake up in a bitchy ass mood again because I saw one of her tweets. So
It's my fault.
I go
No.
at her again.
You circled.
And that lasts for about a half hour. Okay. That goes on for about a half hour over the period of a weekend. And it was fun. But the reason I wanted to discuss this was because this brought me to this made the soil of myself perfect for Giardia. Now, the difference between a Julie Carpenter and a Giardia is a Julie Carpenter, when you're attacking that bitch, when she's coming at you, you are sentient of it, right? You know what's going on. When Giardia comes and makes you act up, it sneaks up on you. You were never expecting it, right? It's a parasite. It takes you as like a host cell and it infects. Now, I believe that this has started in Australia due to certain people on certain platforms, I feel like, giving it to me completely non-consensually, right? There are some Giardia victims who still mention me in every goddamn tweet they do to this day from 8 months ago. Okay? I'll give you a hint. She's a world famous singer who goes on tour. And every response tweet, every single one, maybe not every single one, 70% of them, there I fucking am, right? It's wild. Also with Giardia, you don't know it's coming, right? So there was another koala kangaroo person that I considered more of a friend. And when they fucked me over good, I was mad because I was like betrayed. So I was like, so this is how Giardia was born. This person I felt completely betrayed me. And I was in one of these moods, one of these Julie Carpenter ass moods, right? But I wasn't expecting it. So it just came out of fucking nowhere and I lost my shit. I went complete Kanye. And I was like, I'm going to turn this bitch into Giardia. Giardia is a parasite, okay, that you get from eating animal feces, okay? That's how you contract it. It is normally an animal thing. But for me, it's not. See, for me, it was these whores. I just felt like they should, this feeling I got, right? Me reacting with no self-control because I felt like I got screwed and slighted and like I was acting out of character and not in control, that I'm like, what do I have, Giardia? No, you're Giardia, right? So I threw a couple rage tweets their way and said a few like maybe not the nicest stuff about like things I would like them to do with their internal organs. Oh, I'm sorry. Have you never had a bad day? Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, you've never felt off? Oh, let me bow down. Why don't you enjoy your time up there in your cloud of judgment? Okay. Hand out some more life lessons to us sinners. I'm still fucking learning, right? But here's the thing. When you are filled with the rage of Giardia, you just give off Giardiactic potential energy. Okay. Now, it's confusing. You feel primal. You rage. You're working from the id, right? You're not thinking clearly. You're not taking a step back, right? You read something one goddamn second and like you're reading it and you're like, your heart's like this. for no reason whatsoever, for things out of your control, for people on the internet, for people on Twitter, right? So when you start to feel that way on the internet, on Twitter, that's Giardia coming up. That's Giardia sneaking up. Saying, hello, how are you? You thirsty? Gotta get you a nice Foster's. How about a Vegemite on some toast? And you're like, I know this fucker, right? That's what it is. That's what it is. So you have to really, really be careful and know, you know, I see things of people being like, we're not all bad, not all us Australians are bad. And it's like, all right, well, I mean, if 9 out of 10 are, you know what I mean? And like, I feel like your whole family's criminals. They just threw you on this, you know, continent, got rid of the natives, and all you guys, it's basically indentured servants, but like times 1,000 or whatever. Not to take away from the beautiful things that the land of Finding Nemo has brought us, right? Finding Nemo, it's brought us Kath and Kim, it's brought us Chris Lilly, it's brought us Kylie Minogue, Padam, called by Miss Kylie Minogue. It's brought us Olivia Newton-John. It's brought us, and you know, I'll even go as far as to say I like Shark Tank and Traders New Zealand. I do. So, not all bad, but be aware when it's afoot, because you can always tell, oh my God, I have a Giardia stuffed animal. Hold the fuck on. I'll go get it for you. Hold on. Take my switch off there. I believe this came from Meatball. I'll show you the tag. And gotta get you looking nice. It's a little Giardia, right? How can I help you? Don't eat animal poo, or else I'm gonna get in there and make you act all crazy. Right? Oh yeah, I look fine. Yeah, I look fine. Oh, I'm a fun continent. Our accents are funny. Kangaroos have fucking pouches on their belly button. Yeah, come on over. Yeah, come on. Yeah, come on over. Only a 3,500-hour flight. Yeah, get on over here. And you get there, and everyone's a goddamn criminal. Everyone's out of their goddamn mind. It's hot as tits. Nemo's trying to fucking escape. You got Giardia. Yeah, it's great. How come every slutty girl when they were a junior in high school was like, I'm going to study abroad in Australia? It's like, why? Because you heard that name once? You got to be careful. Shit's real out here. Sorry. Spiders this big that like eat you and shit you out whole. Sorry, I'm just not that into it. Not to mention, you make one upset, and oh my God. And first of all, you don't know if you've made one upset. They get to decide at what moment you've like offended them, and then it's like that's it. It's like you've really upset my neurodivergent part of my brain, which is legally ripe and legally kidnapping. Since I can't think for myself right now, that's kidnapping. Yeah. And considering my birthday is on a leap year, I'm technically 12. So that's pedophilia. So good luck going to prison. It's like, I know you guys are great. Right? You know what I mean? I know like a lot of you guys are great, but like some of them, just like I've just noticed, some of them are like fucking Giardia. Some of them are. I can't control that. Like I named the things I like. I like a lot of the things. Finding Nemo is a great movie, one of my favorites. But sometimes I'm just like, I feel like they want to impose on you sometimes. And when you start to feel that way, when something that's not your everyday, when people who live on a part of the planet that some conspiracy theorists probably don't even think exist, they're pissing you off that much. You got to think, why? Why? You want me to be as upset, as angry and hysterical as you? Why? It's weird. So that's our lesson on Giardia. Here's how you stay away from it: is stay grounded. Realize you're in America. You ain't going nowhere, right? You ain't going nowhere. You're in the land of the free. You walk outside. Is it perfect? No. But it's fucking us, right? It's ours. We know it. You know? No one's making us shit in a hole in the ground or whatever they do. You go outside, you look at a tree, you see your family, you're like, yeah, you know, it's all right. You don't go on fucking Twitter where people are just like, They want you to react. They want you. Come on, take my Giardia. Take it. Take it. Don't wear a condom. Just take it. No, I refuse your, no. I will have a full bowel movement today, ma'am. And that's how I think you stay grounded in Giardia. I really do. I think that is how you stay grounded in it. Because it's not easy. Because when you go on the internet, it's not the same as everyday life, right? It's not like you can ignore the kid down this hallway. I know that person sucks. I'm not going to go over here. No. YouTube, you got to be another YouTuber. I have to actually go in and watch your shit to see what you're saying. Twitter, just throw it out right out and really nilly-willy. It can be anybody. Just, here you go. It's so easy. It's like same kind of thing. It's like, no, you can't. It's too easy to get the access. It's too easy. Too easy to bait me. Too easy to fuck with me. Too easy to get up here. And you got to forget, you ain't shit. You might not be shit. Like, you probably ain't shit, you know? I got to just choose to who you give your responses to. Because that's what they want. They want you to respond to them. That's what they're happy. That's why they're saying sideways shit to you. It's because they want you to act out of pocket so they can get you in that Julie Carpenter type of area where Giardia goes right in and takes you. Next thing you know, you don't have an asshole anymore. Good luck. So I've heard. All right, so we got a letter that someone wanted some advice. I think I got that down. Hold on. We got a lot done today. Oh, shit. I'm sorry. We didn't fucking watch Lindsay. Sorry. Got a Substack. Paid $20 to watch her talk shit about Jen McCabe. She talks shit about Julie Carpenter. It's 45 minutes long. She's all over the place. Doesn't know whether she's coming or going. You want to see it? She talks shit about Kate and Jen being together, getting her a lawyer. Yeah, let's watch it. I chucked $20 at her. I said, give me that fucking video. Give me that video. No. I'm watching. I want to see what you have to say. Ma'am. You little tits. All right, Substack. Okay. What is Substack? There's like 8,000 things they want you to get. Okay, sign in. What email did I do it under? Oh, and then actually before we end it, I am going to tell you about the superhero for Giardia, which is the Giardia owl. And that will help you fight against stomach upset. Whatever. Why are people following me on Substack? I don't even know these hoes. Okay, my other email. And she starts off by being like, all you creators are calling me a grifter when you've all been grifting off my family, off my children. You've been grifting off my children. I'm like, bitch, I don't know your kids. Talk about you. But then she fully like goes into her grift, which I'm not mad at. Like, I paid the $20. I'm clearly not mad at it. And I want to hear what she has to say. Because if you watched last night, she was with some guy, she like went to Auburn Mall, grabbed a Santa Claus and gave him meth. And they were like tweaking out on the bed together. It was really fucking weird. Okay. Lindsay Gaetani Substack. Oh God. Yeah, this guy. No. I don't want you. I don't want you. No, gross. This one, 23 minutes left. Okay. There's 3 likes. I'm one of the 3. I'm just being honest. And it's labeled the video I wasn't going to post tonight. Let's see. Now I'm going to say this. I've never seen her. I've never met her. I only know, like, I've seen a couple pictures. Based on what I'm watching with her personality, is she's pushy and she's bitchy. Very, very bitchy. Like aggressive, masculine kind of bitchy. Like, I don't care if this isn't working for me. Like, if I'm not getting my money, like, why do I care? But like very, very. So let's, yeah. Yes. Yes. Bad. Wicked bad. I'm like, oh God, your poor kids. Like, have they ever gotten a hug? She doesn't seem like maternal. There's no maternal anything here. Like, I wouldn't, like when you don't give a plant enough like water and sun and it grows up to be like a weak plant or dies. I wouldn't be surprised if there's like a upside down garden that's actually children.
I really don't understand why some people just are not smart people that don't think tactically, because here I was trying to give some information that really would have benefited some people. Not that I need to or had to, but they still continue on and on. So now I'm at the point, actually, I'm not going to tell you guys what my next steps are. I've kind of learned my lesson there.
Learning.
Showing my hand. But I'm going to address a few things right now. I don't have time to get into Kate's 20-page multiple
door opened
posts today. I was out enjoying my Sunday.
Liar.
I will ask you if you think you've ever seen Kate post that much in her life.
No, actually I haven't.
Maybe it's because I actually do have some information that's pretty damning. And yeah, it's going to help Karen a lot. But, and I still, you know, I'm not commenting on what I think of what happened with Karen that night at all. But at this point, I am so sick and tired of the bad actors and the corruption and the greedy grifters who want to call out me for being a grifter. Okay, let's make that point real clear. Yeah, I said I wasn't gonna do anything for any money, but then I sat and thought about it for a minute. Here I am giving information that's going to help everybody else, and it's not going to do anything for me. It's not going to change my life or make my life better. My life's been destroyed. My kid's life has been destroyed. And you can say, oh, that's your undoing. Well, it doesn't matter. I'm still the one with the information that's going to help people. And this whole time, every single one of you has been making a buck off my back, off my kids' backs, off my story, the lies about my story, my family. So why am I not going to do the same thing that all you greedy people do? First of all, you sit there behind a camera every day for hours on end and beg for money and beg and charge people for subscriptions and merch or money for a coffee or lie about donations for lunch and supplies and pocket it in your own, or lie about lawyers' fees and not pay the lawyer, and you want to call me a grifter because I'm giving information that is going to help people? I really don't care.
Let's just get it straight. This is the first day I think I've ever mentioned Lindsay ever, and I gave you $20 yesterday for a subscription. If you keep pumping out videos like this, I'll keep it up. So let's just have respect both ways, please.
Don't watch it then. Don't pay for it then. Don't care either way. Maybe I just won't do it at all. Doesn't affect my life either way. It's not going to help me in any way.
Yes, it will.
I mean, at this point, I really pray that Karen gets a hold of the information I have. I really pray that she does. Maybe I'll just do it that way. Maybe I won't put it publicly. Maybe I'll just find somebody that Karen trusts and I'll give it to them. Because I tried to help everybody. I tried to help the corruption that's going on and nobody gave a fuck. So you can blame all your little selves. You can blame Kate, Peter, and all these people. What has Kate done other than grift? So let's see. What can I tell you right now without showing my hand? First of all, I'm so sick and tired of the Queen Jen Mccabe mentality. You may not even mention her name. She is a victim. It's my own faults that I willingly got involved with. I had no part of you weird internet freaks before all this, okay? You all assume that everybody knows about Turtle, or at least before the Karen Reed stuff, that everybody knew. I had a real life. I wasn't an internet nerd on the computer 24/7. I didn't even know what a YouTube channel was, okay? Like, get off your high horses. Like, I should have known better.
You have to say, you have to give it to her. She's coming across as very likable.
Isn't it convenient that that same story coming from Mr. Jason Broyles, the same quote that I screenshotted, that he made a long time ago? Anybody stupid enough, he said, to get into a relationship with Aiden Carney deserves what's coming to them. I think those were his exact words. I do have a screenshot. And funny enough, now those same things are being said by people like Kate Peter and her crew, menopausal Julie Carpenter. I don't know what the fuck they call her, what her nickname is. Isn't it funny that all of a sudden those same exact words...
She knows it's good time, Jewel.
Those same exact words were being thought by them the whole time. And that's the only thing I'll ever agree with Aiden on is, yes, the very first time I spoke to Jen Mccabe, I was driving to the Polar Express with my kids, had my speakerphone on, talking to Kate, didn't know that she was on speaker or was with anybody. And all of a sudden she says, "Oh, I'm with Jen Mccabe." And Jen Mccabe just hops on the phone. And I don't know. I mean, I don't know what to say to this person. Like, I've never met her. I just said, "Oh, I'm so sorry for everything that you've been going through, you know." And she says to me, just like this has been said before, "If you were really sorry, you would testify before the grand jury." Excuse me, bitch. And yes, I did say this to Aiden on the night that he came over my house, December 23rd. That disgusted me. Rubbed me absolutely the wrong way. Like, first of all, I have nothing to be sorry for. I never participated in any protests. I never participated in any harassment of witnesses. I did not do anything to these people. I didn't even dress up at the Halloween party. I dated a guy, and I had nothing to do with his whatever, his doings. So to say to me, to have the audacity to say to me, somebody who's saying, generally speaking, "I'm sorry for what you're going through." Well, if you were really sorry, I have nothing to be sorry for. How dare you? I don't know who Jen Mccabe thinks she is. Queen shit of Canton.
Oh,
She's not a good person. I don't know what happened.
Let's roll that back.
John O'Keefe.
Oh.
You know, I really don't.
No, where is it?
But I can tell you one thing. That's the only thing I'll ever agree with Aiden on is not even mention her name.
Yeah.
About anybody stupid enough, he said, to get into a relationship with Aiden Carpenter.
No, what the fungool? Substack sucks. Hold on. I want to hear that part again about screw you, Jen.
And funny enough, now those same things are being said by them the whole time. Had my speakerphone on, talking to agree with Aiden on is, yes, the very first time I spoke to Jen Mccabe, I was driving to the Polar Express with my kids, had my speakerphone. She says to me, just like this has been said before, "If you were really sorry,
We gotta watch this again.
You would testify before the grand jury." Excuse me, bitch. And yes, I did say this to Aiden on the night that he came over my house, December 23rd. That disgusted me. Rubbed me absolutely the wrong way. Like, first of all, I have nothing to be sorry for. I never participated in any protests. I never participated in any harassment of witnesses. I did not do anything to these people. I didn't even dress up at the Halloween party. I dated a guy, and I had nothing to do with his whatever, his doings. So to say to me, to have the audacity to say to me, somebody who's saying, generally speaking, "I'm sorry for what you're going through." Well, if you were really sorry, I have nothing to be sorry for. How dare you? I don't know who Jen Mccabe thinks she is. Queen shit of Canton. But she's not. She's not a good person. I don't know what happened that night with John O'Keefe. I don't. I wasn't there. None of us were. I don't think we'll ever, any of us, actually get the full truth. There's always going to be bits and parts on each side. But I can tell you one thing. Jen Mccabe is not some innocent little butterfly. She's not a nice person.
What?
Okay? She might have been fake nice to me. She's never been a nice person. All right?
What?
Let's get that really clear. And I should have stuck with my gut that very night, very day that she made that weird ass comment to me. And I remember even saying right away to Kate shortly after that, like, so yeah, that was pretty messed up. Like, why does she think she has a right to say that to me? Kate claims she went and had a conversation with Jen after that about how that was inappropriate. I'm sure she did. Jen Mccabe, let's see, what else has she done? Was she so kind to me? When, let's talk about the lawyer situation. Kate claims that I chose my own lawyer. First of all, she said she raised thousands of dollars. She wants to take credit for that entire fundraiser.
This part too. This fucking part.
You know who did a lot of that work and raised a lot of that money? Believe it or not. I know, believe it or not, though. Elisa Bennett, Twisted Tragedies. Actually, one of her subscribers or friends was the one who contributed the final, like the biggest donation. I think it was like $3,000, $3,500 or something. And Kate wants to take credit for that. Like she wants to take credit for everything. So I get a recommendation from Christy Citroni to call a lawyer. This guy, who I believe was located out of Dedham.
Mark E. Salamone.
He claims he called multiple lawyers, and every lawyer he called, as soon as they heard that Turtle Boy is involved, they wanted nothing to do with it. Which is matches up with the same story I've heard about the prosecutors before I was involved. Let's remember that. Way before I was involved. Mello was, I think, their 16th try. And if you think I'm lying, why on earth would they hire a former family law attorney who has never done criminal law in his life to prosecute a case against a man with I don't know how many, like 16 felony indictment? Like, are you serious? So same thing happened with the lawyers. And this one lawyer from Dedham, he claims he was going to be on vacation and also had medical issues. Claims he called all these people. Finally, he said he got an idea and had somebody he thinks he would take for one case, mind you, for modifying a restraining order, which any other normal person, the quotes I got would have been $2,000, $2,500. Now this guy's from Dedham tells me, like, listen, I can put you in touch with this guy, but he's probably going to want about like a lot of money. He's going to want probably like 3 times the rate. And at this point, I couldn't find anybody. So, okay, well, might as well have a conversation and see if we can figure it out. I don't know. It's that or I go in with nobody. So I get in touch with this person. And it's George Papachristos, none other than the man from Netflix. Something about a drug scandal, who allegedly had inappropriate relationships with Annie Dukin. That was the rumor going around. So his conversation with me up front, he said he had no idea. He had heard of Turtle Boy, never spoken to him, doesn't really, knows nothing of him. We'll get back to that later. And he's talking a mile a minute, and he's trying to relate to me. He's just talking about himself the whole time. I've been through this, blah, 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 blah. So yeah, I'm willing to help you. And I mean, this guy asked me, like, didn't do any, like, I showed up with a binder. He wanted me to meet him at his, we'll skip the story. We'll get back to this. Let's get on to the Jen Mccabe stuff. So fast forwarding, sorry, I do have a tendency to ramble, and I'm long-winded because I like to give the details. But so after everything happens, first of all, the guy was he wanted me to write his questions, his cross-examine questions and direct questions for him. Asked me the night before. He hadn't contacted me for several days before the hearing. Like, I had given him a binder full of information. He hadn't read any of it. He knew nothing about the case. If you go back and watch the hearing, you can clearly tell that was what happened. And then the night before the hearing is when my phone extraction was leaked. And there is a video. I'm so sick of Mrs. Carpenter, Grandma Carpenter, trying to tell people that it was erroneously given or accidentally given. Cameo says on video or audio, he's on a Zoom audio during court, that he gave everything to the defense on purpose, intentionally, so that they wouldn't be accused of leaving out anything or not handing over something that was exculpatory. He literally says this under oath on a video recording of the hearing while he's on a Zoom. So the night before that gets released, of course I call my lawyer in a panic. Kate wants to act like that's odd. Of course I did. Why? What else would I do? And of course that was done on purpose. Now looking back. And I'm not talking about Carney. This was all designed, okay? Let's get that clear. This was all designed from day one by these people. Very clear. It's very clear, apparent to me. That's my opinion. Now, the next day we go into court. George Papachristos doesn't know anything about the case. He doesn't know any of the facts.
Am I missing something?
He's not arguing anything. He's stuttering. He's asking the judge for a moment. Thank God we got a break at one point, and I was able to pull him in the hallway and say, like, hello, this phone call happened while he was in jail. I think that's what the issue was. Like, his notes were all over the place. He brought his friend with him. He was so nervous. He was talking about his hair, and like, this guy was a joke. And then after the fact, I find out that they were joking in Discord. Jen Mccabe, Kate Peter, all of the people in Discord, that he dresses up as a Ghostbuster in his spare time. And I'm not joking you. Like, I mean, I still can't even, I can laugh a little bit about it now, but it's still like, and now he's since made his Instagram private. I believe I still have screenshots, but like, not even joking you, like full on him and his 4 buddies, full on Ghostbuster costumes, backpack and all. And they go around like New York City or Boston. Dun, 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 dun. I'm not joking. They have videos on his Instagram. He's a Ghostbuster. And Kate.
It's okay.
And so we all know what happened with that hearing. Like, the order was modified. And after that, Jen and Kate are laughing hysterically on a Discord voice chat. Like, when I say, oh my God, I just found his Instagram. And I thought they were laughing like, you know, like that I had found this, like what the hell? And Jen Mccabe says, oh yeah, we knew that before, but you know, you seemed so excited to have an attorney. We didn't want to ruin it for you. Does that sound like somebody that's nice? That sounds like a mean girl behavior. That sounds like a bitch.
Jen said
They
that.
knew all this shit. They knew everything about this guy beforehand.
That's our
They kept
Jen.
it a secret from me. Not because they thought, because I wasn't excited to have a lawyer to pay $8,000 that he was charging me, which, by the way, I got back a portion of my retainer. I paid the $8,000 upfront. I got back, I think I have to get the exact number, but somewhere around $1,500, I think it was. So that was another lie that was said, which I have receipts for. But Jen McCabe's laughing, like hysterically, like thought it was so funny. Was Jen McCabe so kind to me when the pool incident happened? And you know what? Nobody knew who the hell this woman was that was invited, who made up lies about my children drowning or not having flotation devices. I brought multiple kinds of floats with me. I had
Okay, people, you got to understand, I can just tell this type of girl thinks we all know what she's talking about, right? And we don't. Like, I swear, in her mind, she fully thinks that everyone watching knows every person involved in all this other stuff. What I got from it was Kate Peter and Jen McCabe were laughing in a Discord server at how ridiculous the lawyer they hired her for her was, because on his Instagram, he likes to do cosplay and dress up like ectoplasm or whatever and go to Providence and splatter on walls. I don't know. But either way, she found the lawyer's Instagram and goes to show Jen Mccabe, I guess. And I guess Jen Mccabe said, oh, yeah, we already knew. Ha, ha, ha. We just didn't want to ruin it for you because you were so excited to have your own lawyer. As in, like, oh, we know that he's like weird and dresses up, but you just seem so excited to be a big girl with us big girls, so we didn't want to tell you. Really nothing. That's what I'm interpreting. I don't know. I could be fucking wrong. This pool incident, I don't know, but she just said, bitch, you think everyone knows you and no one knows you. So I'm trying to figure out what that's about. So let's see. Let's take this ride together.
Ones that zip up in the front. I had the waist ones. I had the full on life. I had like literally everything. I had pool noodles. I had one of my children is fully like trained to swim. You know, the two little ones. But the only thing I didn't have, I didn't have the arm swimmies, and I was the last one to arrive because I have 4 kids and I'm alone and I had to feed them lunch. So they were meeting for this website launch, and I missed that whole conversation, of course. And I asked if anybody still wasn't there yet, if they were on their way. I was still at my house at this point, if they would stop. And that's what that was. And when they said they were all already there, I said, no problem, fine. I can stop myself. Anybody that knows me knows that I am the most overprotective helicopter mom ever. I overpack. I literally take 2 hours to make sure I have I came with like probably 4 bags of stuff. The flotation devices, the food, juice boxes, like 10 bottles of sunscreen. I'm not even exaggerating. And I mean everything. And so let's see. Maybe there were several people who did try to help me with in regards to testifying or writing letters, people that were present that saw that this stuff never happened. Did Jen Mccabe help? No. Did Kate help? No.
No slip up.
And you know what? This came up the other day when Kate tried to bombard herself or insert herself and invite herself to my hearing with this same person that I'm referring to. And I tried to politely say no, and she cropped out that message conveniently. If you notice at the bottom, I say, like, when she asked me, she crops out my answer. Like, oh, that's really sweet. Like, yeah, of course I would normally, but, and she crops it out. What I did say was, yeah, but doesn't Aiden have a restraining order on you? And she says, well, isn't he still on vacation? I don't know. And how do you know? Like, but that was my way of trying to be like, no, don't want you there. I know what you're trying to do. Like, why? So more attention can be drawn to this. But my point is, wait, where was it going with this? So yeah, Jen didn't write any letters of support. Neither of them helped me. Kate showed up to try to cause drama and did cause drama in the hallway. Went up and yelled something at the 2 people in the hall, which I wanted no part of. I had my back turned looking at my lawyer, who we'll get to that in another clip. I don't know. Yes, there's a lot to come out. Jen Mccabe, though, my point being, again, I know it took a long while to get to this point, is not a good person. Okay. I have learned that along the way. Yes, she was always fake nice to me. She was always fake nice. Well, she only met my kids, I think, once or maybe twice. She was always fake nice. And that's what people like that do. They're not going to show their, drop their mask. That's how they are. But I knew what she was up to the whole time. Not the whole time.
What was she up to?
I knew I had a gut feeling when I first spoke to her, like I said, that I wish I trusted my gut. And I'm sure as hell that Karen probably picked up on this too. I'm sure that she was treated badly in not the same ways, but similar ways. And the fact that you can't even mention Jen McCabe's name, or all the wolves come running out in packs, that should tell you something right there. Because just because somebody like may have not been involved in something, which I don't even know, does not make them a good person by default, does not make them a nice person.
We know.
Does not make them undeserving of ever being called out on anything bad that they've done. It doesn't. Sorry. She's not immune from being called out on her shit, on her lies. And you want to tell me that Jen McCabe is some innocent victim and nobody else has suffered? That only Jen McCabe and her family members and the O'Keefes are the only real victims? I know plenty of people, and I'm not just talking about myself or my children. Like, I know plenty of people that have been affected and really hurt by the harassment with all this. And so where have all these people been? Julie Carpenter, where were you, let's see, in January when Mike Gaffney was making disgusting comments, absolutely repulsive comments on my fundraiser? Where was anybody to call him out? Oh, let me guess. I have one guess. Kate knew that I was onto her, so she ran back to the Discord group, tried to tell everybody in the group that I had said something about their precious leader, Jen McCabe, which wasn't the case at all. I think the only thing I said was that I believed that Jen hired people to do PR for her and PI work, which I still believe that to this day. That's my opinion. You're not going to change it.
A lot of you guys have said,
and I don't even think that's saying something bad. But I believe she went back to the group and told everybody a bunch of, Kate always likes to talk as we did this, we think this, we believe this. She can't ever just stand by her own opinions. Just like she always has to say right at the end of every sentence. I'm a good person, right?
and that's how that.
As if she has to convince everybody else and convince herself
there, right?
what she's saying.
Yeah, she does do that.
I see right through Kate Peter. I know exactly who she is. I'm gonna actually, you know what? I'll keep going. I know it's getting to be long, but
it's okay. We're here.
Let me just pause for 1 second.
So
another thing that these people saying Jen McCabe's been nothing but nice to me. Does everybody remember when that picture of Aiden's car was shown on Twitter or something? And who was blamed for it? But me, right? I was blamed by everyone. And the entire time, I knew exactly the truth about that. Jen McCabe knew the truth. Kate Peter knew the truth. Everyone in the Discord knew the truth. Jen McCabe not one time came forward to set the story straight and let people know that I had nothing at all to do with that. That I had no idea that that was being done. That I had no part in it. And this was all before the news came out, or I think it had just come out that what's his name was dating what's her face. So
what? Hun, come
Jen
on.
McCabe was going to let me take the rap for that. Does that sound like something nice or somebody being nice to somebody?
I wish I could agree or disagree.
I don't think so. I can easily prove where I was that day when that picture was taken. See, the good thing about phones and cars and cameras at apartments is they show you coming and leaving. They show your location. Let's see. Should I say what else happened that day? I'll give you a hint. It involves bonnets. Maybe I will. Maybe I will just say that right now. Yeah, I think I'm gonna. Because you know what really pisses me off? Is that tonight,
It's just us here.
or earlier today, Kate Peter, in her series of lies, in her novels of lies that she posted, made a comment that nobody had Tully's personal cell phone number. I don't know if that was his personal cell phone number or his business cell phone number. Whatever cell phone number it was, is the same number. I'm assuming that, I mean, they are who gave it to me. That's where I got it from. But
I have a lot of questions. I don't know even what the questions are. We got like 10 more minutes. Someone said, Jimmy, do you need to pause this for fair use? No. When you pay for it, like on a subscription, like a Substack, it's yours. So no. If it was like somewhere else, yeah. I guess that's the rule. But I don't really do that anyway. I don't know. I'd rather beg for forgiveness than ask for permission. We're just gonna Dale LePage right through this and raw dog and get to the end of it, because I don't know where she's going. And she seems like, if she seems like the kind of girl, like if you were having a conversation with her one-on-one and she was like this, because I think she might be on something or like a little buzzed or like whatever, that like I wouldn't know what to do. I wouldn't know where to look. I wouldn't know where to put my hands. Like, do I put them in my pocket? Like, I don't know. She seems I don't know. I don't know. I feel like she might be thinking she's telling the truth, but I don't know it, like if it's everything, if it's like more her opinion. I'm not sure. I don't know her yet. I gotta watch a little more.
if you want to talk about cell phones,
Sure.
if you want to make up lies, then that's I got picked up at my house earlier that day. The same day that that picture
I would LARP
of Turtle Boy's car was taken. I got picked up by Jen McCabe and two of her family members, or technically three. See where I'm going with this?
No, I don't.
And no, I did not take a trip to South Boston. And Kate knows that I will tell this entire story because I did nothing wrong. I have all the evidence, all the text messages, everything. I saved all my GPS. I'm pretty sure I screenshotted it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I still have that. And what was Jen McCabe doing in the car, in the ride? Who was she talking to? What was I told? What was I told about who she talks to on a daily basis? What was I told about
Right.
the information that she gets?
I don't know.
What was I told about how she tells others about the information she gets and how she does it and how she frames it when she speaks? What was I told by her family member about how she won't answer questions directly, but she will say things like, well, hypothetically speaking, if I don't know, John, whatever, had a case and he was about to be charged on another crime, it's probably going to happen on Wednesday. That's how I was told that Jen Mccabe answers questions with the information that she may have been getting from somebody that she talked to on a daily basis. So when I tell you that I have information, I have information. When I tell you to leave me alone and leave my family alone, leave me and my family alone. Because all you got to do,
Okay, hold on, pause. Letero by Bettero says, someone put a tracking device on Turtle Boy's car, and I think she's saying Jen Mccabe and Kate Peter put the blame on her, but it was them. Really? I mean, I don't, and I feel like I know who, like, the people in here can't stand, go after, talk about. You watch Turtle Boy 3 times a week, 1 sex cult, 2 regular. You know who they get riled up about. You watch everyone you know. I've never seen people go after her family. I haven't. Maybe I'm wrong, but I haven't. I don't think that comes. If it's happening, it's not. To my knowledge, it's not coming from us or this side. In my mind, I don't think so. So maybe the call might be coming from inside the house because I don't know. Maybe I could be wrong, but I want to finish this. I want to see what else she might tell us.
to believe me. Turtle Boy can go on and discredit me because he made a deal with Kate Peter all he wants. Or made a deal with, the special prosecutor or the Norfolk County DA's office. Because all they really want is Karen at the end of the day. Let's be honest. That's all. The only person they want is Karen. Because they were made fools of. They lost 2 trials. They spent, I don't even know how much money. They want Karen. So they're going to
they would have had
stop at nothing to make sure that happens. Why do you think that Tully was demoted? Why do you think they moved all these officers? Why do you think there's a...
Okay, explain this, Altman. What do you mean? So in South Boston, they took a picture of his car. They did not. There was no tracking device because we were giving that intel. I know nothing. Phyllis and Allman. What's the story here? It does kind of make sense now, with the original video where she asked for help in telling the story, not to dog on her, but it makes sense because I do feel like she's probably got what she went through, whatever story she has to tell, might be extremely difficult to explain because it's I can see now why she wanted someone to be like, can you help me put this together? Because if she has let me tell you this, no, I'll save that for another stream. Let me tell you that. No, I'll save it for another one. Then that makes sense. I mean, she's charging $20 a month. So Altman, why don't you go make nice, get 5 of that per month, put her story together, split it with me since it's my idea, and we'll go to lunch.
possibility of Proctor getting his job back? Because for these new indictments, maybe they want to have a clean slate so nobody can bring up any of this stuff. So nobody can mention any phone calls to a potential person that should have recused themselves. All you got to do, you don't have to believe me, get the phone records.
I got the whole thing screenshotted.
I am done with these corrupt people, these lying, disgusting people. I'm done with all of you. Because I know that you all work together. I know that I now know that you never intended to bring these charges forward. And regardless of what anybody feels about me, every single person out there should have a major problem with me going to a police officer of any kind and them not with any kind of crime and them not just not refusing to bring charges, but then jumping anytime Jen McCabe tells them to. Now, that brings me to another point, that Medfield police at one point eventually told me that they had been instructed by Brian Tully to not take any more reports from me at all, that everything had to go through
It's the
him.
bitches that'll get you every single time. It's the bitches that'll get you.
Every single thing had to go through him that involved anything in this like realm, like Turtle Boy or anybody else, like anything to do with anything that except like random stuff. Like, you know, if you're somebody, you know, lights your house on fire, or somebody breaks open and stabs you, like, of course you can call us for that. But anything to do with this, Brian Tully has instructed us to deny any reports from you, and everything must be handled by him. Do you not think there's something wrong with that? Because I was getting death threats, and I literally walked into the Benfield police station with the death threats on my phone, with the phone number. They would not take a report from me. I didn't know who it was. No idea. Never seen that number in my life. And they were pretty heinous. And I was told that they were instructed by Brian Tully. Meanwhile, anytime Jen McCabe needed anything, anytime she got anytime there was rubber duckies, anytime there was an email, anytime there was a comment, a phone call, reports were automatically done. Every person watching should have a problem with that, because it could literally be anyone. If you hate me all you want, take me out of the equation, replace me with somebody else. That is a major problem. And that Tully's hands had to be on everything. Why do you think that is so? Why? I mean, hello. These people.
You're saying it's glitching? She is glitching, or the entire thing is glitching? Let me remove. Let her cool off for a second. We got about 6 minutes left. She's glitching. Okay. Let's take a breather. And that's kind of exhausting, I'm not gonna lie. It's exhausting. Me too. Give me 1 second. This is our third time we have to do this. Give me 1 second. Be right back.
That's simply not true.
Let me know if that's any better. Oh, American Dreamer. Oh my God, hold on. American Dreamer. Oh, yes. Thank you. Thank you for saying hi. You are in timeout for behavior after school at another teacher's classroom regarding something we discussed in here. Okay. So go think about that. American Dreamer timeout. We'll see when we get back in 5 minutes. Go take the time to think. If you rewind and start at the beginning, you'll know exactly why you're in timeout with 5 of your best friends. Still glitchy. I'm glitchy. I'm glitchy. How? Audio. Oh, it's audio. Is that a little better? A little bit better. You know, I've had like 5 microphones and they've all been garbage. They've all been garbage. You're stuttering? Bitch, you're stuttering. Not even 1,000 likes, and we got this girl up that I paid $20 for. Go and give your classroom a like. I don't care if it's glitching. I don't care what's going on. Go like it. It's glitching because I'm catching fucking Giardia. Okay? Yeah, you need a Yeti. This is a Yeti. Hold.
Who's this diva? Who's this diva? Because I know there's a new one.
I'm going to tell you right now, he is a predator. I'm telling you right now, the more I look at him, the more I see him, I know he's a predator. I know he is. All right? Can I prove it? No, but I know he is. Look at him. Just look at him. Look at those eyes. You're an embarrassment. Who knows? Wasn't against her. You lie about me, Jules. You're lucky that's all you got. You're lucky that's all you got, Jules. Right? Because I know about you too, pal. Look at that fucking haircut. Seriously. I'm a ditzy girl because I'm a fucking giggler. Oh, you're not back in fucking 8th grade. Get a fucking haircut. Get a fucking real haircut. You're a mother, for Christ's sake. Get a haircut. You're an embarrassment. I saw you like. I saw your little things about eating poo-tang. Listen, I'm sorry. Girl, you're that L, G, and maybe on to T. I know maybe you're not bi. I don't know. Who the hell knows? Hey, doesn't know what's going on. That's when they fucking strike. That's exactly when they strike. Okay? This motherfucker, I don't give a fuck what you're suffering from, but you are fine. You fucking shook like a little leaf, you little pussy. And if I ever see you, I will smack you up and down this fucking highway in 75. You are a little fucking phony. You little fucking scumbag. You are. I don't give a fuck who you are. You're a.
Is this any better? If not, we're just gonna collectively throw my entire situation here out the window. So please let me know. In the meantime, let me see who. Oh, my bad. Okay. Hey, Papers. Megan Easton gifted 1 membership. Thank you, Megan Easton. Zach says, R.I.P. to whomever ate all your crayons, then threw up on the wall behind you. Whomever, correct English. I've been paying attention. Thank you, Zach. Very kind of you. Thank you so much. Maricela says, I have been watching for a while. Thank you for always making me smile. We have before I have to go with slang. I have been watching for a while. Thank you for always making me smile. We have before I have to go with slang cards. I know when you type something in for a super chat, it really messes up like whatever you're trying to type. So, Maricela, I hope I got some of that right. Lynn Britton, new member. Welcome, Lynn Britton. Old abortion pills. Good for you. Good for you. I told you that was going to be a good name. Yesterday, I'm like, that's going to be a good screen name. Good for you, old abortion pills. Can you please watch Lawyer You Know Westeros together? No, I already hijacked his stuff last week, and I don't know. I don't know. I haven't heard from him in a while. He hasn't called, so I don't know what's going on with us. But obviously, I'm not wearing a sweatshirt today, right? So you know what's going on. Maricela, became a YouTube member. Welcome, Maricela. Josie Lewico, I haven't seen you in a little bit, hon. The whole thing smells like cats. Cats close their eyes when you feed them. Self-centered, selfish, ungrateful, unappreciative. Dogs are loyal. Hate cats. Today's mocha venti whipped cream chocolate latte is on moi. Thank you so much, Josie Lewico. I used to believe the same thing about cats. Actually, so some quick on you. Cats are not self-centered, ungrateful, unappreciative. They are so giving, very, very kind, and they are our dogs protect us on a physical level. Cats protect us on a spiritual level. There's a theory that when a cat purrs, if a certain cat is like attracted to you and like goes to you, and they start purring, that the frequency of their purr heals something that we have inside of us that only the cat can sense, that knows that we need to have around us. Thank you, Josie Lou. I would ask you to have a little bit more of an open mind. If not, that's okay. Meatball Morrissey says, oh no, thank you so much. Brought the Giardia stuff. Yes, thank you. I love that. I love my Giardia stuffed animal. Felicia says, thanks for saving us money. You wouldn't have bought it. You wouldn't have bought it. You wouldn't have bought it. Tons of fun. 911, new member. Welcome, tons of fun. There was this chubby girl that used to bartend at the restaurant I used to work at when I was in my 20s, and the chef was like this like coked out Italian guy. And the bartender's like, again, this chubby girl, and he would like get a couple drinks and he'd be like, hey, where's tons of fun? Get her over here. I want to play with her fun bags. I always think of that. Grifting off her crotch goblins, doing the Lord's work. Bless your heart, Jimmy. I bet they like the hobgoblins. They look like the hobgoblins from the labyrinth. Thank you, Meatball. And Therapist, says refund contribution. Thank you so much, Therapist. You know. All right, let's finish up the last 6, and I'll send you guys over. 1.1 likes now. Yay. Thank you. That was nice of you guys to like it. Thank you. And subscribe. I'm trying to get 100,000 subscribers so I get that cool ass check mark and a play button. I'm only at like 25. But day by day, we'll get here. Class by class, we'll make it. Because like when you go into a live chat and you like chat something and you have over 100,000, boom, you get a check mark right next to your name. It's baller. It's so boss. It's so fucking boss. I really want it. Okay. Let's finish up our homegirl here. I want Charlie in charge of me.
From the very beginning, did everything intentionally. Kate is I'm trying to watch my language nowadays.
Good.
Kate is a liar. Kate Peter is a liar. Brian Tully never told. Do you think if Brian Tully told me, hey, we want your phone, there's a possibility, Turtle Boy, the guy who.
Lynn, so sorry. Yes, there's this new thing. I don't know what it is. Hyping videos. You know, Kathy, Gossip, Rumor, and Innuendo, she was on one of the top 100 the other day. She didn't even know it. I took a screenshot of her. I'm like, look at you. So there's like a hype button, I guess. Hype that. I mean, it's a little annoying. YouTube wants you to do everything. Like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you're subscribed. Leave a message. Retweet it. Share it out to your friends. Hype the video. It's like, Jesus, now it's a job just to like watch a live stream. But yeah, hype that mofo. All right, let's play it. It's fun. It comes with stars. It's fun.
Like, for a living, tries to publicly shame people and put their most embarrassing moments on the internet, there's a good possibility he's going to get your entire phone extraction for 15 years, like every single detail on your phone. Would you be willing to still participate? And you think I said, hell yeah? Are you out of your freaking gourd?
What?
Like, really? Are you out of your mind? No. What I was told was, we need your phone because we need to get these text messages between you and Aiden. And we're going to do an extraction. But after the extraction's done, we're going to be hiring a reverse taint team. They called it. I said, what the hell is a reverse taint team? They said, well, typically for a defendant whose phone is taken or we have a warrant for, they get a taint team to go through to take out any private or irrelevant information, privileged information. You're not a defendant, you're a witness, victim witness. So it would be technically a reverse taint team. This is exactly how they explained it to me. And
not to kill the mood, I would just like everyone in here to know that on her released phone extractions, when they sent Aiden to jail, she was Googling gay jail porn. Okay? She was also Googling docking. Okay? If you don't know what that means, wait till the end of class. I will explain it to you, but I will warn you, it's dirty.
what happens? Oh, and then they said, and even after the reverse taint team goes through your phone and takes out everything that's irrelevant,
I will.
There would still have to be a hearing first, like a Rule 17 hearing, where the defense would have to request information, and there would have to be a narrow scope, and a judge would have to approve of it. So like there's like multiple layers in place to protect this from ever happening. Like I knew, like, this had nothing to do with like, oh, information I'm scared about, like, about this conspiracy setup crap. There was no setup. I knew. I was told that he would get everything that was related to him and his case. Anything exculpatory would be handed over. Obviously, I was told that. What I was mad about was 15 years of my life, my private everything from my life. Every single thing you can imagine, not just me, my children who have nothing to do with anything. Other people's children, other parents that I had spoken to, people that I barely know, that I only met a couple of times, family members that I haven't spoken to in years, like teachers, patients that I had in nursing. Like, this is a huge deal. Huge friggin' deal. And any journalist that hasn't reported on this is out of their mind.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is a huge civil rights violation right here. And it wasn't an accident, because like I said, there's a video of Ken Mello admitting that they gave everything from my phone on purpose because they didn't want to be accused of withholding anything. So now I wasn't told by Brian Tully that there was a possibility he'd get everything. You goddamn liar, Kate Peter. Wonder why she's going through so much damage control right now, trying to lie so much, trying to spin everything, trying to protect Brian Tully. Ask yourself that, please. I don't know, guys. I've seen a lot of comments lately, and like people are not putting two and two together. And honestly, I'm really going back into defense mode. I'm just kind of like probably not give anything else, because the rudeness and the audacity and the entitlement of some of you people thinking that I should be on here 24/7, giving you everything you want, giving it all for free, when no.
My love don't cost a thing. Think I'm gonna keep me as you don't. Think I wanna close, I got my own. All this neck I would throw. My love don't cost a thing.
When these people are still going on and on, both of them, mind you, running their mouths because they made a deal. Who I really would love to help is Karen Reed. That's who I'd really love to help.
She's free, hon.
I think I should wrap up and save some more for tomorrow. I know I said I wasn't going to do a video tonight. I do have a deadline tomorrow. But
More coming. More to come.
Some of this off my chest, because I don't think I'd be able to sleep tonight without at least putting a little bit of this out there. So, yeah, I'm going to keep putting my stuff behind paywalls. You can try to steal it and share it. And I'm pretty sure there's rules against that. Do whatever you want. You know, don't watch it. Don't pay for it if you don't want to see it. I don't care. I really don't care. I tried. I was actually trying. I don't know anything about technology, and I was really trying and really was going to do. But just because of the way I was treated through all this, well, I'm busy. I'm out with my kids for the day. It's the weekend. I'm trying to meet deadlines as a pro se litigant. I'm trying to do all this stuff, and you're coming at me like that when I'm trying to help.
I feel that.
You think I'm going to help anybody anymore?
Maybe not tonight, but I feel that.
Getting back in bed with the devil is not a good idea, my friend.
That's why I only fucked him
Famous last
twice.
words. Oh, and Zora Kutner, however you pronounce your name. Telling you, making Kate Peter part of your documentary is going to be probably the biggest mistake professionally that you have ever probably made. Bye.
Bye, hon. Listen, I'm not mad at the grift. I'm not mad at the grift. If we get a couple updates, a couple videos that we can watch, $20 a month. I mean, she had a decent amount of Substack subscribers, a decent amount. You could pay for a year, you could pay for a month. I don't know. Who knows? I don't know if she'll still have it in a month though. So I chose a year. So I chose the monthly. But like, it's kind of like a little puzzle, like trying to figure out what you're putting together. Smart to do it behind a paywall. Smart. Why not? Make people want what you have to say. Yeah. I'm not mad. I'm not mad at that. Refund contribution. Okay, so Tory things we have to Dory. Oh, one, I put a link in the chat room if you want to go watch it and subscribe to them. That is a meditation specifically designed with frequencies that help gut health, sponsored by the Giardia owl. So there's like owl sounds in the back, and that's the Giardia owl. Listen to it with headphones, and it helps your Giardia. Because we want to maintain Giardia free, you know? That's us over here. No problems. Adriana sends money to the Substack contribution. Thank you, Adriana. Oh, Brittany, did you pick out what you wanted, by the way? I was going to mention that to you. Thank you. Did you pick out what you wanted from the store? I am adding a Wilbur sweatshirt and a Thickum sweatshirt. So if you want those, wait like till the end of the day and those will be up. But if you want something else, you got to let me know what you want so we can send it to you because you are the winner. I'll wait till the end for docking and let's go into the advice part. I got this message. Eileen, Mom, please tell me what Courtney from Bradle's office do. I don't know. I don't know what she do. I have no idea. I guess people figured out an account on Twitter that was like a paralegal. I don't know if it was. I don't think it was Courtney. I don't know. I have no clue. No idea about nothing. I don't know about it. I'm not trying to figure anything out. Okay. I don't. Maybe on Twitter. They might have like that on Twitter. There's like they definitely posts about that. I have no clue. Can we call Karen? Yeah, dude. Just as long as fucking, you know what I mean? We're all like just chill about it because she's. Maybe we'll give her a few. We'll wait till she calls us. Wait till she calls us. We'll just wait. We'll be like, hey. Nina, chill the fuck out. And okay, so let's go to the advice part. Okay. Oh, also during these Giardia ridden times, right, where people want to catch you sideways and they want to catch you at like your most like weak, vulnerable, out of control, like primo. Be very, very, very aware and very, very, very careful. Do I know if all this shit has been done by design and on purpose? No. Would it surprise me? No. Be careful who comes in. Be careful who comes out. Be careful who's there conveniently to help you out of nowhere. Be careful who's not. Like, watch every single novel interaction and move. I'm just saying, I get this feeling, okay? Just watch it. Everything. Okay, so I got this email and they wanted a little, they wanted to ask me a question and I was like, oh, this is a good one to read. Because people they used to send like, Jimmy, I need your advice on this, blah, blah. And if you still want to, you still can, because I do love reading out advice questions and I do love going through them. I did have 3bs@gmail.com. I really do. Okay. I wanted to thank you. If you use this on a show, please don't use my real name. Only my YouTube handle at the bottom is okay. Okay. I wanted to thank you for being a young, hip representation of sobriety in recovery. I am a couple years older than you, so you are young to me. And your song references are deep cuts that bring me back, make me smile and laugh every time. I'm 2.5 years into being 100% sober from all the things: alcohol, drugs, weed, sex, and have reached the point where sobriety is not my main plot line. Now I have realized that I don't know how to form bonds and friendships that don't form from trauma, drama, and consuming substances together. I've only had intense friendships and relationships born from some sort of fucked up moment. I'm also in recovery from toxic dopamine. Do you have any wise words on how to form deep bonds while sober? Thank you for the lessons weaved into the laughter and that you bring into my life. Delulu. Wow. I mean, good for you. That seems like that's balling out of control, because all of those things take you out of the present moment. And that's really, really, really hard to do. So first off, kudos to you. 2.5 years with a 100% sobriety like that is definitely nothing to scoff at. Forming deep bonds. No, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't, because it's been hard enough forming a deep bond with myself. That's the one that I've been working on, and that's been the most important to me, even 7 years into this, is that I had such a tumultuous relationship with who I was, that's the one I'm working on, still working on to this day. That's the most important one to me. I am extremely, extremely selfish about it. No, I haven't formed a deep bond since then. But was it even a deep bond before? If you were fucked up, like if I was on coke or drunk or this or that, was it even a deep bond? No. I see it in the chat room. I have my cats. That was beautiful. That was out of my control. But I needed to love who I was, get used to being in my own skin, right? Go out for a ride and not care if someone's with me. Just go by myself. Really love who I am, and then get to know who I am. Like, it's kind of like, and I'm sure you know, it's kind of like a baby deer learning how to walk on new legs. You're all like this. You're learning how to walk again. You're rewiring your fucking brain. That shit's not easy. So I wouldn't stress. 2.5 years is still really early. 2.5 years is still really early, especially with sex too. And no weed, no nothing. Yeah. You're just with you. I don't think relationships of any kind, friendship, sexual, romantic, nothing of that sort should be on your what you want to do on your list. Because at least for me, when you're trying to control yourself like that because you were so out of control, right? And then you go and you meet someone, you put these expectations on them. It's great. It makes you feel nice. They have control over your feelings, right? And they can take you to a dark place and put you in a position where you can really compromise that. So make sure that you're always in a position where you're never compromised, because that's what's most important. You are most important. It's not selfish. You are. Someone doesn't like it, they can go fuck themselves. They don't have to control you. Zach, I didn't see what you wrote, but I'm guessing you got some time under your belt. So congratulations to you too. And if you're not, and if you want to be, then consider this conversation. If you're not and you don't want to be, then go ahead and live your life. And if you are, then congratulations, because that's not easy. Okay, let's talk about the docking. Altman sends $20 and says next month. Next month what, you cryptic bitch? What are you talking about? Next month. Next month's jury tamp? What next month? Okay. So when they found for Altman sobriety next month, I think that's what you're talking about. Maybe. Docking. Now I'm going to give you a disclaimer right here, okay? This is a gross part. It involves sex stuff, dirty stuff about crotches, and it's dirty. So I'm going to give you a couple moments to, if you don't want to listen to it, I'll give you a couple seconds to get out of here.
That's not my job. So
that's simply not true, Cheryl.
This portion has been sponsored by Jury Tamps. Jury Tamps, fit for any key cycle.
So, when a male is born, their penis, there's a procedure that happens. It comes from the Old Testament, originally called the covenant, which meant you had a covenant with God. It was said to also be able to be easily identified during war, so you know who to kill and who not to kill. And this is a skin that they pull and they chop, otherwise known as present day either a bris or circumcision, right? And it takes skin off. And there are arguments on both sides for both, whatever. If you have not gone through a circumcision procedure, they say you have extra skin. Well, how can it be extra if you're born with it? Right? Not extra, it's just the skin. So what docking is this is what the old gays have come up with, is that you got one wangski here, you got one wangski here, right? And you're not exactly bumping swords, but you're bumping swords. You're taking the skin from one wangski, uncircumcised, pulling it over the skin of the second one, almost like giving your friend a little bit of your blanket. You know, they're cold. Oh, no, here you go. Have some of mine. It's a thing. I've never done it. I don't know why they do it. It doesn't, to me, feel like something that is cool. But I've also seen memes of being like when your friend runs out of gas and you got to fill them up real quick, and it's like a docking thing right there. So again, make sure you're subscribed so you can get all this information every morning when we have class. Now let me see if I can send you guys somewhere. And I had a lot of fun today in our mega classroom. We started at 7:40. It's now 10:45. I had a wonderful day today. We had a lot to get through. Hope everyone's feeling good. Not feeling stressed out. They can go take on the world. You can go. Okay. Can I send you guys? Sometimes it doesn't let me send. What the fungal? It's not. Oh, maybe if I type it in. Nurse. Okay. He went after Brandy Churchwell. He went after Nurse Kim. All right. You go into Kim's if you want. If you don't want, Broken Baker's going live too. What's he talking about? So Kim's talking about Kelsey Fitzsimmons, right? Broken Baker's talking about Brandon Isabel. And he's a funny fucker, so you can go over there to him too. Or you can go watch the replay on Turtle Boys Live from a few hours ago. You can leave a nice little, you can watch Lawyer with Bettero. He did a replay this morning. You can hype the video because Hypin does something cool. You can leave a nice comment. Jimmy had a great time. Jimmy, I had a horrible time. Jimmy, never do this again. I don't really care what you do. You just, you do what you got to do. You lose what you got to do. Okay? But if you want to go to Kim, you just sit tight. If you want to go anywhere else, go right ahead. All right? Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. Let me set a little thing for you. See you guys either in class tomorrow or Wednesday. I'm confused about docking. Joelle, just look it up. Docking and then like gay porn or gay sex. And you'll it's right there, hon. It's right there. Sharing the turtle. Good job, Captain Skid Marks.
Making copies. Move. I'm gay.
In the workplace, being gay just has its perks.